Michelle Obama book makes white girls feel ashamed. Texas parent says the request from Katy, Texas. What? Oh, the request. Is her name Katy? The white lady? The request from Katy, or is it Katy, Texas? Parent comes.
Katy, Texas is a place. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. That reaps of racism. Sound like that's what Karens go to give birth.
I was just about to say a couple of consonants and verbs away from Karen.
Yeah, goddamn.
They were definitely the last to hear slaves were free.
Yeah, what you said, Andrea?
I said they were definitely the last to hear slaves were free. Like
that
in Katy.
I mean,
Juneteenth.
That is
history.
That is true.
The request from the Katy, Texas parent comes as conservatives seek to prohibit students from reading books that explore race, sexuality, or gender. I'm so sick of these white people.
Let's stay in the dark.
Straight up.
The unnamed parent said Obama's book gives the impression that if you sound like a white girl, you should be ashamed of yourself. This is what I have to say, man. She's half white. She's half white, so she can get away with this.
She's mulatto.
I'm sick of they're trying to start having laws based off of feelings. Like, by the way, I got a new podcast, Fuck Your Feelings, coming very soon. But I don't like the fact that they're trying to have these laws based on feelings, because they only make laws when it affects white people. Because black people have been feeling bad for years. Biracial people have been feeling bad for years. Asian people have been feeling bad for years. And no one gives a fuck. No one cares. They tell us to get over it. They tell us to move on. But as soon as it affects the white, same thing with, COVID. See, if that was only affecting black people, no one would give a shit. There would be no vaccine. They'll say the money's all tied up, and we're going to give you this Robitussin and Mucinex to get the fuck on. But because it affects white people also, now we have to fucking wear masks, and there's mandates and all type of guidelines, right? So now back to this whole thing when it comes to, white people and their feelings, man. It's like, I don't like when people don't take their own, what's the word I'm looking for? Guidance or
when they don't take advice. Yeah.
When you take your own advice, get over it, nigga.
Right.
Deal with this shit. Like, okay, it's uncomfortable. All right, nigga, we feel uncomfortable as soon as we walk out the front door every day. But no one gives a shit. They just tell us to keep it moving. But as soon as they feel uncomfortable, we don't want our kids to fuck your kids. Fuck them kids. I don't even care about your kids. You know what I'm saying?
How comfortable are you now?
And I'm gonna tell you one more other thing, because I'm trying to get canceled today, goddammit. I'm gonna tell you one other thing. No, I'm not. I'm joking.
Oh, it's cute. No, it's queued up. Go ahead. Let it rip. Let it rip.
For all the good white people, I like to call y'all top shelf white. That's right, top shelf white. Y'all at the top. You know how alcohol, you got the top shelf. You're like, whoa, y'all the best of the best. I salute y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all get it. So for all the white people that get it, you know what I'm saying, and willing to learn and willing to be educated and willing to be an ally in what we're trying to do to move this culture in the world and, forward, salute to y'all. And for all y'all, and I mean this, that have a problem with learning about race and gender because it makes you feel uncomfortable, I want you to find the biggest gaping hole, asshole, and I want you to crawl into it. And then when you get inside of it, I want that same dick that the dude sent me on Snapchat. I want you to find it. I had nothing. I ran out.
Somebody sent you a dick on Snapchat, sir?
Yeah, man. Some dude sent me a dick on Snapchat, bro.
Let me. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. No, this is what I want to say, man. You said a lot, Jay, and I appreciate that you said that because of the truth. We gotta get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Okay, black people. People of color, I don't even like saying that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. Brown people,
I don't, yeah.
But mainly black people, let me bring that back because it's our month, goddammit, have been uncomfortable for the longest. You white people, and I'm not attacking you motherfuckers, but I am, but I'm not, but I am. Because you're gonna feel attacked because the black man saying something. Understand this shit, yo. Understand this shit. You don't know what it's like to be driving and the police get behind you and your first fucking thought is tending to, where's my license and registration? Is this motherfucker about to pull me over? You could be doing everything right, but that's going to be the first thought. And again, let me preface it like this. My bad, I should have said it before. This is just my experiences, yo. But I'm pretty sure people can relate to this because that's what happens, yo. That's the truth of the matter. You don't understand what systemic racism is and how these things have been ingrained in us. I love when we share that chart of when slavery started, when it ended, when Jim Crow started, when it ended, and then when we started to get some type of equal rights. I want to reiterate, my mother was 2 years old when Black women were allowed to vote, 62.
Crazy.
All right, I'm 36 years old.
What?
I was born in 85. So so my grandmother, it makes me understand the conversation that my grandmother had with me and why she spoke the way she spoke. But as a child, I didn't understand that. So what I'm saying to you now is you got to understand this shit's ingrained in our DNA right now. We know where we come from. You don't want us to talk about where we come from. You don't want to know where we come from, nor do you want to know where your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your great-great-grandparents come from. You don't have that wealth for no reason. It was stolen land. It was through genocide. Okay, you killed a group of people. You stole that shit. It is what it is. Okay, but own up to it. And like Justin said, for those who are pushing it forward and who are doing the work and who are on our side, I commend you. But to those who want to turn it, I wrote that
like
down.
that.
I like
that.
Right.
I like that.
But to those who are paying it forward, I salute you. Continue to do that. But to those who want to turn the blind eye to you, hey, like Justin said, crawl into that dark hole.
Gaping hole.
That gaping hole. It is dark, but if it's gaping, you get a little bit of light till you reach a certain depth. I'm assuming, and you know, that's all.
I don't want to see.
I seen this meme. I seen this meme, and I had to bring this one out for this right here, man, because I mean, this spoke to me. You know what I'm saying? If this little black baby was old enough to get through this. This sweet white baby is old enough to read.
But don't. She's still alive, right?
Yeah,
she's still alive, right? That's how I about to say Ruby.
Hold on, let me read this properly because it's about reading, but Lee didn't read it correctly. So my bad, Lee. I'm talking shit. I'm sorry. If this sweet black baby was old enough to go through it, your sweet white baby is old enough to read a picture book about it.
Man.
And this is in color.
I want to be honest with y'all. I almost fumbled up the reading of that. I'm be honest with y'all.
Say what you was gonna say, C.
And this is in color. They purposely, and I think Tracy spoke about this. Somebody else spoke about this. Samantha spoke about this. They purposely put these pictures in black and white to make you think that it was aged and that it's old. Yeah, but that's not the case, man. This shit was in color. That's crazy, man. So, hey, Black History Month. I want to tell everybody out there right now, if you black and if you're not, and you got a black woman or a black man, love on that black person. All right. If you got black kids, love on them. If you got a person of color next to you, love on them. All right. Let's start operating out of love and not ignorance and bullshit.
Let's do it 12 months out of the year too.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just on the shortest month.
Exactly.
What you say, Charlie?
Whatever happened to McDonald's 365 Black? They stopped doing that?
Oh, wait, hold on, brother. They got that.
It's called trends. It's called trends, my boy.
Trends.
That's all we are, the trend of them. All we are is a fan.
I see what you're saying. Like the Xbox changing their colors.
Yeah. At the end of the day, bro, I ain't even got time. I ain't for y'all know you are. If you're doing well by us, you're doing well by us. But for the 99% of y'all goofballs out there who sitting here butthurt about Paw whipping up on my auntie or my grandmother, fuck y'all. I ain't got time for that shit. That's crazy. End of the day, why are y'all butthurt? It's not even an opinion. These are actual historical facts.
Right.
If I sit, that's the part I don't get. Oh, I don't want to teach it. They're facts. Y'all out there teaching wrong by social studies. Social studies have been taught wrong forever. Elementary school, high school, middle school. Y'all have been altering history forever. So when I finally give you a fact, now you're hurt. And for the fact that it matters that it still exists right now, because half the people that did the things that have done are most definitely, these are motherfuckers I take care of every goddamn day. I wipe these motherfucking asses. They literally live my face demented, and they go revert back to.
Hey,
and
tell the people what you do, because some people just think you going around wiping asses.
I have some questions.
Oh, classic. I'm a certified nursing assistant, so I'm a CNA. I work in hospitals.
Okay.
You break into old white people's house, be like, yeah, how you like that?
Give me your ass.
How's that feel, huh?
Just give me your ass. Give me your ass.
This last thing I gotta say,
how many
bro.
asses have you wiped? That's what I want to know.
What you mean? Today?
What I mean? How many asses
I've been
have
doing
you
this
wiped?
shit. I've been doing this shit for 8 years. A lot. Clean these motherfuckers.
What's the number on QuickBooks?
He's a number on QuickBooks. Hey, what's crazy? What's crazy about all of this, man, is the fact that we're suppressing knowledge, what it sounds like to me, remember slavery, they didn't want us to read books. They didn't want us to read books because you couldn't control our minds then. So you want to control the narrative by suppressing knowledge. And what's scary about it is somebody could sit up there and say, well, we're not teaching it because it's readily available. You can just look it up. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to stand up and speak out against this, because if left to their own devices, they could make this happen. And it's not, no, we're not going backwards.
Well, it's scary that we're putting so much on like people, like what Justin was saying earlier about feelings, like just because you feel uncomfortable, like that's what art's supposed to do. That's what books are supposed to do. That's what comedy's supposed to do. Like, and make you laugh, but it's supposed to make you feel a little uncomfortable. Like that's okay. And if we tell kids like, oh, you don't like that, it makes you feel bad. Okay, well go do that. Now, how are they gonna ever? That's how you end up with a bunch of pussies.
That's that participation trophy shit. That's the participation trophy shit. No. Give disrespect. They deserve it. No, fuck that. Get your ass in the game. You fucking failed. Get the fuck up. That's crazy.
You right about what you said, Andre, about art making people feel uncomfortable, and that's part of it. And that's what I love when artists are pushing that line and making people feel uncomfortable. I watched I'm Sorry to Bother You yesterday, right? I haven't watched that movie in a while. It's a wild movie, and I do want to dive into what was the director thinking about this movie, right? But there's a scene in there where his girlfriend does his art exhibit, and she stands up there and people start throwing cell phones and bullets and everything, and she starts to recite this monologue from somebody. And I was thinking about that. How many artists do we have now that are actually pushing that comfort line? Same thing with Spike Lee, She's Gotta Have It, and even with the remake with your girl, I love her too, the Wanda. Oh, she fine. But even with her, it's like her art exhibit and what she was pushing in that, and that's what I loved about it, because it was like, hey, let's push the lines, let's push the boundaries, let's make people feel uncomfortable. It also
Chappelle, that's the only one. Chappelle is the only one I could think of, and I would say Bill Burr.
Yeah, no, facts.
Yeah,
yeah.
But Bill Burr, you know what?
But definitely Chappelle, even more than Burr. Maybe not Bill Burr as much, but Chappelle for sure.
You know what? Bill Burr's, all of his stand-ups to me have always pushed that line. Because I even think back to even with the lotion shit. He was dating a black girl and he talked about lotion. And even though people laugh, but it was like, if you really dive into the depth of that, it's like, yo, it's things that we don't know about each other. And y'all definitely don't know about us. You know what I'm saying? I'm dating this black woman and I'm trying to figure out why the fuck I'm itchy. And she's like, hey, motherfucker, you got to moisturize. Oh shit, I thought I had to change my towels. Check out Bill Burr. Definitely one of the fucking goats out right now.
He's great too, because he proves that just bringing up race will make people feel uncomfortable. But then he's not actually ever saying anything that's like bad or wrong. Like he talks about it. But I don't know if you can talk about that.
Right.
That's all. Open dialogue. Just open dialogue. Why is the whole part about fearing a discussion? What is the whole part of, like, unfortunately, that's why I'm listening to, like, people feel uncomfortable, but like, we've died for opinions. We've literally died for someone feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just have the luxury of feeling. Y'all have literally took the luxury of us having the luxury of feel opposition without knowing that we're going to be put in jail or put laid to rest off of an opinion. But for facts, now all of a sudden you acting like the wicked witch who done touched a pitcher of fucking water. Oh, no, like, that's stupid, bro.
The analogies.
Bro, straight up, like, they sitting around here crying, bro. Ain't nobody got time for that shit, bro. People have died for opinions that are black.
But it's like when people get mad when you find them in a lie type of thing. They've been trying to pull the wool over your eyes the whole time. Then they get mad when you catch them lying.
Do y'all love how when a black person gets shot, some main media shit just happened to be coming around that time, or the redirect from whatever the fuck it was? Like, just normal bullshit. Black kid died in the street. All of a sudden, Cardi B becomes the national news at the time. At the same time, like, that's what we go. You know what I'm saying? I just hate the redirect of media instead of holding people accountable for what's going on. Like, there's always for everything that has to do with race. There's always something socially to try to redirect at the time. There's never just full on focus on the issue. There's something social media going on always at the time for somebody to keep off of the racism that goes on in America all the fucking time.
And then they wonder why shit gets burnt down. It's like, hello.
Be mad as shit. Bitch, we ain't asked for no damn hip hop. We asked for reparations, nigga. Fuck out here. Hip hop awards.
You notice every time some crazy shit go down in America about race, they bring back the McRib. Anybody? We got see a nigga dancing on a McDonald's commercial. Hey, everybody, no, everything's good in America.
Oh, that's their version of 365 Black.
365, that's 365 Black. Wait up, we brought it back.